Hello viewers, me and team here, and welcome to Abusing Your Vassals for Technologies. Note that I traded artillery for biology from Cyrus in the previous round, and now I'm trading artillery and biology to electricity for Julius Caesar in this round. And you'll never guess which tech that Cyrus doesn't have. Ah, yes. And sure, I'll pick up communism from Toku, and I'll give him some techs to compensate for his lack of size in Empire. Yes, Empire size. That size. That's where he is. He needs to compensate. Anyway, I can probably trade for combustion using electricity, or maybe even fascism. Yeah, no, I traded with him already. Okay, so I'll trade for combustion from Cyrus, and I'll be pretty close to caught up in tech as a result of these trades. So it's amazing when you have a couple vassals just how much you can do by steering AI tech the way you want. And unfortunately, Persia is researching electricity, so maybe I won't get what I thought I would for it. Nope, never mind. He will still give me some world map and some gold, and I have no reason to deny him any technologies at this point. Saladin already has. Well, he doesn't, but they'll be fighting soon enough anyway. But yeah, nobody that's a vassal of mine can break free now. They're not even close. Persia is 44% of the pop, but only 25% of the land. Romans are around 20-30% each, and Japanese are actually closest to breaking free, but they're only 26% land, so they're not really any close either. I'm going to launch a two-pronged attack. I'm prepping infantry arty still. I still haven't bothered to industrialize in most of my cities. Should probably invest in Wall Street eventually, but I don't have a bank in the city yet. But anyway, yeah, still haven't industrialized. Still have the old production modifiers as the only things. The heroic epic and just a strong capital, and a bunch of cities on auto whipping. That's really all I've needed. Sure, although that's not going to last very long, is it? Although I think it's just the people who were fighting before. And okay, I can also pick up democracy now. I will give Toku some more stuff for that. Way more than I need to give him. And notice how Sal is gifting techs to Kublai Khan. Kublai Khan would never tech like that on his own with that many cities. He's probably just been spamming units this whole time best he can, although he's still not going to be very impressive. In fact, I think like around next turn or so, I'll be ready. I'll go after them. Because I'll just watch. I'll watch where Kublai Khan attacks, and I'll watch where Saladin attacks, and just follow up on them. Kublai Khan has a little bit of a he can hit me here by surprise, sort of. I mean, it really wouldn't be much of a surprise, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I can't see it coming very easily, and I really can't intercept it like I could when I was intercepting stuff down here. But that stack I have over there is so huge, and the best they have is infantry of their own. They're not going to get far. And okay, here I'm going to trade this for fascism, and turn right back around and trade it for combustion as well. Yeah. These vassal trades are just so good. I mean, look at that. They only have flight. They have flight on me. Whoops. Okay, well that's your last infantry. And then we'll be making some SAMs. Service to air missile infantries. Yep. Just chuck some of these guys into the fold. So many war announcements. These guys, the AI is bad with them, but you don't have to be. You can give them sensible promotions like interception 2 and have a 70 intercept % chance on every single one of them, and shoot down or badly damage all kinds of fighters and bombers at a fairly high rate. Not as good as having like fighter interceptions, but it's still seriously good. So, and it will get its job done nicely. Some SAM infantry here, some cavalry. He stepped into Persian lands, though, which means he won't get his full movement from roads. So I'm just going to let him either pick me or Darius, or I should say, I think it's Cyrus, actually. It just says Persian Empire because I'm running the bug mod. I'm pretty sure it's Cyrus. And yeah, I'm just going to let him get closer to one of us and shred him with collateral. Also still keeping my eye out for Kublai Khan. I'm probably going to kill Kublai Khan and then use the multiple land target rule against Saladin to simply capitulate him after wiping out the Mongols. And apparently the Japanese were able to take a Mongolian city, or maybe that's an old city they took. I don't know. Let's see what happened. Did the Persian forces? Oh no, I mean the Arab forces withdraw. They did kind of withdraw. They went. Oh man, they went onto their fort tile in their territory. Although I have City Raider actually, so that was not their best move. If I didn't have City Raider cannons, that would probably. I don't know. They still have a lot of defensive bonuses there. That's like defending on better than a hill, really. I'm not gonna fight them there. Never mind. I take it back. Sure, go there next turn. How am I doing in this city? 4% Holy Roman. 0.47 revolt chance, but as soon as another unit gets rallied there, I'll be fine again. Uh-oh. He attacked me. And did very, very, very little. I guess that makes sense. I mean, I'm rocking like massed drill 4 infantry with and they resist collateral so much. I guess that would make sense. I just don't want to get caught in his territory and get all my stuff hit by collateral. If that doesn't happen, then I'm pretty much in good shape. Okay, well, I'll take City Raider first. That way I can take Drill. Yeah, and his stuff isn't going to touch this. And this is partly Japanese, partly Roman, it's partly everything. And mostly dead. Only mostly dead? No, just seriously mostly dead. Apparently inflicted some damage by Japan. And yeah, artillery against this stuff, especially City Raider 3 artillery, which is a competitive attack against pretty much anything in the game with City Raider 3. This is going to be quick work. Got another great general. I think I will just put him in here and say military academy. Yeah, I'm good now. I think it's time. I think it's time to stack split and head out. If I lose the city back to the Arabs, so what? But I'm going to leave quite a few guys back, so it's not going to be easily taken. He'll eat some casualties if he wants to do that. And let's go say hi to Turfan. Maybe I can get the Mongols to break free. I doubt it, though. I think I'm going to have to kill them. Shouldn't take long with 2 stacks, though. And I really don't need to worry about this now. Just build wealth. Man, I haven't fought a war like this in a while. I've been using a lot of tanks and bombers lately. Or, nukes, paratroopers, advanced stuff, true modern warfare. This is kind of like a classical warfare being fought in a more modern time than it is like true modern warfare. As you're just talking about siege and stuff to cover the siege. And yeah, here's what I'm talking about. Plus 10% chance, plus 20% interception chance. You get a total of plus 70. Yeah, can intercept aircraft 70%. So that's pretty good. That'll do a lot to enemy air, and it intercepts for SAM infantry in a 3x3 square. So you actually get a little bit of coverage even. And wow, that counterattack on me was just pitiful by Saladin. Alright, line up near Turfan here. And it looks like although Saladin has flight, he doesn't really have any reasonable numbers of air assets. Infantry lost 2, or no, 1 beat in artillery. My opponents have artillery as well now. I was going to put Wall Street... Oh, and Hamburg. Okay, well... It's not like it really matters, but just out of habit, I will say Wall Street, and then Mining Inc. Executives, and just spam it. Yeah, a couple rounds of collateral, we're good. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. And just make sure I have a decent number, because now they have stuff that can hit these drill 4 rifles pretty hard, but it shouldn't matter a great deal. Osaka can go whipping. Get some health buildings in here. Definitely a rat house, and there we go. More stuff to use. And oh wow, this city almost started building whatever the heck it wants. Not that there's a huge problem with that, but I think infantry and artillery is well merited. Alright. Yeah, killing the Mongols is central to getting the Arabs to capitulate. If they are the master of vassals, there is no way they'll consider it. I mean, look, he doesn't even have that many cities, but he will not consider capitulation, despite the power difference that is just beyond belief here. Well, I can't see it, but it's, I know it's pretty wide. I know there's a big gap. Paratroopers? Really? The problem with paratroopers and marines and other things against infantry, and this city's giving me trouble, is that infantry get an inherent bonus against opposing gunpowder. So even though this stuff is technically more advanced, it struggles. And I'll just take their capital. Think I have enough reinforcements there where I can just send this entire stack up, just being lazy now, to pay a little visit to this last city of the Mongols. Okay, yeah, I can just use these guys as reinforcements, and we'll go with interception 2. We'll upgrade City Raider to get the siege taken care of, and then we'll just take the drill for the infantries. That way I don't have to select the individual units, and I can just take all the promotions that I want. This is the fastest way. Apparently still building workers. That's good. Do I have any revolt chance in this city? Comically, I do not. Maybe the city doesn't reach. Actually, there's a good chance of that. Wow. Really? I hate this sometimes. This is Saladin saying to stop the war with me, which is supposed to be a good gesture towards me. So he's calling this despite the fact that I declared on him. Like he's not calling to stop the war against himself. But that means my vassalings might vote yes, even though that's not favorable. Well, even though it's not favorable to me, because they will perceive it as favorable. So, you know, the AI just picks one of the 2 resolutions at random. That's seriously how diplomacy works in this game. And in this case, rather than stopping the war against Sal, which no one would vote yes to except for Sal and his vassal, I might get a lot of people voting for this. But that's why I spread religion around, so I could defy really stupid resolutions like this. I mean, he could have just made a resolution to stop the war against him, and that I would have had to defy as well, but I probably wouldn't have made a difference, because defying, you only get a penalty for defying if the resolution would otherwise have passed. So that's why I'm angry, because there's a good chance that this resolution passes, where if he said to stop the war against him, there's no way it would pass. Just 0 chance. And I should probably be able to tech farm every tech if I capitulate Saladin, which is kind of entertaining, considering that I'd been behind for most of the game. I am teching through war. And yeah, I mean, I could really seal the deal by just teching computers and, you know, with a bunch of vassals just telling them to research. And I'm going to Tell them to research something other than, yeah, you research fission. Let's just something. You research refrigeration. By instructing the research, I can actually get technologies from the internet from them. And I could certainly prevent anybody else from vying for space by just keeping them away from spaceship techs forever, which is always fun. Oh no, the AIs did know to vote no. That's good. Now I'm less angry. And okay, we got them redlined, so we can take this city on this turn. Excellent. And now I just need to get that one. Or who knows, if I'm lucky, maybe Japan will get it. Doubtful though. And Kublai Khan could break free now because he only has 24% of his original land. He probably won't though. He'll probably stay with Sal until he dies. And Sal might be willing to capitulate immediately after I kill the Mongols. He's not yet willing to do so. But that would just be yet another example of why the cap mechanics are so terrible in this game. And need reworking. You know, I'm thinking about playing games with them off. I really am. Like, just playing without vassal states. Because, you know, this is pretty abusive, honestly. And in this particular case, it's abusive in my favor now that I'm the one with vassals. Or more vassals, I should say. Sal does have a vassal. But one crappy vassal with, you know, one city left barely counts. So, just redline his troops. It's got some stuff in there that won't defend at all. And yeah, there we go. Mongolia has been smeared off the planet. That's tasteful. Schmear. Schmear. Okay, looks like Sal does need to be taught a little bit of a lesson here. So I'm going to move in on his forces. I don't see any viable aggression coming from him, surprisingly. I would have thought that he would put up more of a fight than this. This is actually becoming a very easy war. And really my hardest ones were my defensive ones earlier in the game. Although that is frequently the case. To be the defender in war is a little bit harder. Because you probably weren't looking for it then. Unless you deliberately declared just to farm great generals, which some people do. And that can actually be fun. It can actually be really fun to do that. Oh, I'm probably closing in on domination anyway. Let's have a look. Not quite, although if I capitulate Saladin, it'll be another case of simultaneous domination and conquest. Which I am not opposed to that. That usually represents a pretty sound victory in a game when you completely own them like that. And why am I getting so many workers? I guess it's my production automation cities. I can't see his power. Japan's actually rolling with anti-tanks and artillery. Interesting. I don't think Saladin has the ability to build tanks. No, he does not have electricity, which is a prerequisite for industrialism. And I'm getting even more workers produced. Do I have like a city looping them or something? That would be awkward. And oh yeah, here's some fighters. Here's a lot of stuff for that matter. Kind of impressive. And it's not on hills though. And none of this is going to defend very well against the artillery. But I might get a chance to make some interceptions here. Oof. Or he can just wipe that stack out. You suck, Saladin. Although actually this could have gone worse. And I will be able to reinforce that soon enough, which will then I'll be able to take it without too much trouble. He just does not have enough cities to really have the production he needs to stop my forces for long. Plus he doesn't even have like he doesn't have an actual military tech lead other than the fighters. He doesn't even have access to bombers, which can inflict legit collateral. So, you know, he can take his 4 fighters and, you know, hit my SAM infantries a couple times and do some damage to them, and then there's like 40 other units in the stack going unscathed, and some of his fighters are getting intercepted before they do any damage at all. So, not the best for our buddy Saladin here. Just spreading more mining ink. Here we go. Reinforcements. Much needed reinforcements. I like how you can quote-unquote upgrade infantry to SAM infantry. Let's get some of these artillery here. Put them on that tile as well. I'll probably get my initial stack here wiped out. Yeah, probably. But then next turn I'm just going to like completely roll in with stuff that's going to just dominate him. Unless you want to capitulate Sal. I'm always open to that. Mining ink is plus 15 hammers. Very nice. Yeah, I got owned there pretty hardcore. I guess I could have run away, but that would have taken extra effort beyond what I executed, so no. Another protective civ. Oh my god, 2% odds against these paratroopers. I think that's what I'm attacking. Yeah, I think so. Well, hopefully collateral helps me out a little bit. Does he have machine guns in here? He does, yeah. This is going to be quite costly. Well, now I'm starting to get some very lucky, essentially wins from my cannon, and then some unlucky losses. And oh, there comes the machine guns. But yeah, now I've powered through. Thankfully, gonna leave one of these guys to chase into the city to help out the rifles on the defensive duties. And let's take down some fighters. Absolutely. That's one way to take down fighters, is just to beat them down while they're not flying. And give them no place to land. And actually, that'll be game. We have chain capitulated to everybody. And, let's see. Industrialism for flight. Nope. Nope. Yep. And I killed off the Mongols, so I can't farm them for techs. I can probably get flight on the following turn, which I'll show off, I suppose. Well, okay, that's doing pretty well for you. Just let every city do whatever the heck it wants now. Via this method, production automation en masse. That way I don't have to stop microing things. And just like that, I went from getting triple declared upon to winning the game. Very nice. The old me would have lost probably, or just given up in frustration from that, because getting triple declared on was not cool. But yeah, I was able to showcase the protective trait decently, which I never thought I would do, and I got domination rather than conquest again. Yeah, I never thought that I would be able to showcase protective, but using those City Garrison 2 Drill 1 longbows and to completely wall several civilizations at once, and then the muskets as well with City Garrison 2, it turned out really well, and I was able to take advantage of it. Get some conquest going with the rifles and cannons, later infantry arty. So very very cookie cutter siege plus stock foot soldier march across the world, and it went a little slowly, although this is right about when I would be declaring with tanks, so technically I won the game at an earlier date than I would have had I waited for tanks. So take whatever you can get, but that's a little bit different from the previous videos I've done, other than maybe the Tokugawa one, although I drafted a lot more in the Tokugawa one, and did not spam quite as many wonders as I did in this game. So many wonders belonging to Holy Rome. Yeah, let's take a look at our built kills and deaths, and you actually get to see improvements with the bug mod. I am mostly farms, then workshops, then towns, and other things. A lot of these things are captured, however. The farms were my #1 improvement, along with mines. Built 53 rifles, 45 infantry, 42 cannons, 36 artillery. So yeah, pretty cookie cutter Renaissance stuff. You can see my wonders here and some other things I managed to build before the game ended. Let's go look at my losses. 31 cannons, easily my number one unit lost, then 8 artillery, so 39 there. Plus 7, that will bring me up to 46, plus another 753. Very few longbows lost, only 6 longbows lost, so 59. And then 4 axes, 63. Scouts and swordsmen were not lost to enemies, really. Landcrab was, but it's okay. 60-ish losses, and looks like I have over 200 kills. So not as good as when I used tanks and bombers, but a lot of that was from attrition from siege very late in the game. Like a lot of those cannons were lost in that last fight. So you're talking for most of this game, I had a very, very, very good kill to death ratio, and as you can see, when you're fighting at tech parity or better, City Raider 2 and City Raider 3 cannons have excellent efficiency in terms of your hammers. It's only when you're being forced to fight against machine guns, infantry, paratroopers, where they start doing a little bit more poorly, and that's when RD really needs to take over. Okay, decent score. You can never complain about a score like that. And okay, like I was gonna say, let's just make sure we have every tech in the game before we quit, huh? Yeah, sure, I'll give you the gold. That way I can be cool and say, hey guys, look, I was the tech leader, tied for first in tech. Ha ha ha! And of course I could just direct Saladin to research something and trade around, so I had a legitimate tech lead, thanks to tech steering abuse with the vassals. So that should about do it for this Let's Play as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is somebody that is often perceived as one of the weaker leaders in the game, despite a strong, unique building, just because people don't like his traits and protective and imperialistic. But I made reasonable use of each of those in this game, and while protective is not going to give you any runaway games, it can definitely help you out of what would otherwise be bad situations by bolstering your stock defensive units from any era, really. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you liked this video and this series, thumbs down if you didn't, and I will be signing off then. I'll see you guys in the next LP.